Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Advanced Warfare in Depth. In today's episode, we're reviewing the MK14 Eclipse. This is an elite variant of the MK14 or Mark 14 assault rifle, the semi-automatic one in Advanced Warfare. Unfortunately, this is not a variant that I have. As much as I'd like to have it, it's actually J-Hub's. He sent in the gameplay today. It seems like he has pretty much every variant that I don't, so I rely on him a lot. I'd appreciate it if you check out his channel. It's linked down there in the description and on the screen. At least say hi, say thank you for letting me use the gameplay. It helps a lot here on In Depth. Let's talk about the stats of this weapon. First of all, this weapon will tell you on the little chart that it has a damage increase, that you get more damage from it, or something like that. Typically this means close or medium or long range increases. There's actually no damage increase on the Mark 14 Eclipse. Not one single point of damage is changed in any range or any way along the chart of the chain. It's not changed at all. Instead, this is a representative chart in the game. What it actually means is that the bullet penetration is increased. Your wall penetration is increased from medium to high. All of the assault rifles in the game have medium wall penetration. This one has high. High is the same thing as light machine guns and sniper rifles. That makes it easier to wall bang with. It's actually pretty hard to wall bang in general in Advanced Warfare, and with this weapon, it's exceptionally hard to wall bang because you can't spray. So I have a hard time seeing how this is going to be useful. I'm pausing here, kind of like William Shatner while I talk, because I'm trying to think of a situation when that's very helpful, and I honestly can't, except maybe clipping corners, shooting through something thin, glass. Really overall not very useful. It does, however, have 20% less recoil, which is very nice actually. The sway on the gun is still a little bit annoying, but 20% less recoil is kind of like a free foregrip. It might actually be a little bit stronger than a free foregrip, so that's nice. That's one attachment that you don't have to have or isn't even really necessary. It's a very accurate gun to begin with, so this makes it even more accurate. And if you want to stack it with a foregrip, you can get closer to 30 to 35% less recoil and make it really crazy. J-Hub's actually running a foregrip here. I really wouldn't say that it's necessary. It has another nerf to it, like we needed one. It has a rate of fire decrease from 631 rounds per minute to 545. Keep in mind that this is semi-automatic. It shoots once per pull of the trigger or click of the mouse button depending on what system you're on, and even though that's not a big decrease, it will make the weapon feel a bit clunkier. I'm sure many of you have fired a semi-automatic weapon faster than it was meant to be fired, and it feels like you're wasting trigger pulls. It feels like you're spamming it and the gun is doing nothing. The lower the fire rate gets, the more likely that scenario is to occur, so it'll make the gun feel less good to you. It'll be very frustrating, even though the mathematical effects of the nerf don't seem very strong. It also has a 20% wider hipfire spread, which I'm going to call kind of annoying. The Mark 14's hipfire spread was nothing impressive to begin with, and considering the fact that you're most often going to need 3 shots to kill even at close range. Now you theoretically can 2-shot kill people at close ranges, but you have to be accurate with it. You have to hit it, upper chest and upper headshots. If you're hip firing, a lot of times it's feet and hands or something very unpredictable. 20% wider hipfire spread pushes it closer toward the sniper rifle or light machine gun category of hipfire spread, which means that not that you would be using it a lot to begin with, but now it's almost completely worthless and you have to aim down sights all of the time, which is going to change our attachment recommendations today. Again, kind of annoying, not exactly a deal breaker on this weapon. You don't want to be hip firing a lot anyway, but just keep it in mind. Unfortunately, I do not feel that this overcomes the flaws of the base variant. The base variant is still a very weak weapon, and even though we have a few nice things about this one and a few bad things, it's still not a very good weapon. It's not one that I would ever recommend, except of course for challenges or for funsies, or if you like the look. It's not awful, it's not the worst thing ever. You can kill people with it. It's just not good, not very competitive. It's pretty average, unfortunately. Definitely not my cup of tea. J-Hub actually had many complaints about it. He said that he will never use it again, and as a matter of fact, the file that he sent me was named Mark 14 Eclipse, and then in all caps, never again. So you know his opinion on the weapon as well. As for what to use on this weapon, should you choose to do so, I would recommend a red dot sight, a suppressor, and quick draw. Suppressor seems a little bit unusual, but if you miss a shot, it's a loud gun, people are going to turn their attention to you. You really don't want people to know that you're shooting at all. It kind of gives you a few extra shots before they're able to react. Red dot sight obviously is easier to use, and I do like quick draw, kind of like snap aiming my Mark 14 variants. It feels very good for me, so that's how I run it. And that's all for this episode of In Depth. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something useful. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. The previous episode was on the SAC-3 Thunder and Lightning, and the next episode I gotta keep secret for now. Sorry about that. Drifter out.